Everyone in the crowd touched Jesus that day, but only one person was transformed. In a moment of desperation, a woman who had suffered for 12 years reached for the hem of his garment, and everything changed. Her story reveals the difference between bumping into Jesus and touching him with faith. We turn our attention today to one of the most poignant encounters recorded in the Gospels, the story of the woman who had suffered for 12 long years with an issue of blood, found in Mark chapter 5. This moment occurs amid immense chaos as Jesus is being pressed and crowded while on his way to heal the daughter of Jairus, a significant ruler of the synagogue. The atmosphere is thick with desperate need and pressing humanity, yet within this massive throng, one woman, entirely unnoticed by the world, prepares to make a move that will change her destiny forever. To truly appreciate her courage, we must understand the cultural and religious context of her condition. Under the Levitical law, chronic bleeding rendered a person ritually unclean. Everything she touched, everyone she came near, became temporarily defiled. For 12 years, this meant profound isolation. She was legally prohibited from participating in public life, from worshiping in the synagogue, and certainly from being pressed into a jostling crowd. Her presence in that marketplace was not merely inconvenient, it was an act of civil disobedience, a desperate transgression of the sacred boundary, risking public exposure, condemnation, or even violence, simply to reach the only hope she had left. Mark records her intention perfectly, for she said, "If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole." This was not an accidental brushing, a mere bump as she navigated the packed street. Thousands were bumping into Jesus, their garments touching his, yet no power was transferred, no miracle was wrought. The difference lay in the active, deliberate intention behind the action. This was the touch of faith, a reaching born of absolute final desperation and complete theological confidence in the power that resided in him. It was a willful transfer of trust from herself and her meager resources to the hem of the Messiah's garment. The miracle occurs immediately. The woman feels the flow of healing, and Jesus instantly perceives that power has gone out of him. Then he stops the crowd and asks, "Who touched my clothes?" This often confuses readers. Did Jesus not know? Of course, the Lord of all creation knew exactly who had touched him. His divinity is not limited by ignorance. This question was not for his benefit, but for hers. If he had simply let her slip away healed, the miracle would have remained private, shrouded in fear and secrecy. The woman would be physically healed, but still relationally isolated, a fugitive of the purity laws. By demanding the answer, Jesus compelled her out of the shadows, forcing her into a public testimony, moving her from secret healing to declared wholeness. The woman, knowing what had happened, came forward trembling, falling down before him, telling him the whole truth. This full confession was the necessary final step, establishing her faith publicly and permanently. She was not just healed, she was validated. Jesus does not call her unclean woman or transgressor, but daughter. This term redefines her identity completely, restoring the relational connection she had lost 12 years prior. He then declares the true source of her salvation. "Daughter, your faith has made you whole. Go in peace and be healed of your affliction." The healing was immediate, but the peace was contingent upon the confession and the public affirmation of her faith. The lesson for us today is profoundly simple and endlessly challenging. It is insufficient merely to be in the proximity of Jesus, to be caught in the crowd that surrounds his ministry. Many people are in the church, they hear the sermons, they stand near the presence of God, but they remain unchanged because they only bump into him. True transformation requires intentionality, that desperate, focused, absolute conviction that drives us to reach through the chaos and touch the hem of his garment. We must shift from passive proximity to active, intentional faith. Our wholeness, our peace, and our restoration are waiting, but they are released not by proximity, but by the decisive, unwavering action of reaching out. What part of this woman's story speaks to your own walk of faith? Share your reflection below. Your insight may encourage someone else.
We love bringing you new content. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons.